So you might already know that League of Legends is one of the most popular video games in the world with over 100 million monthly active viewers and a dominant esports scene. But what you might not realize is that League of Legends, the video game, is also pretty dominant in the music industry with over 6 million monthly listeners on Spotify and their top track having over 260 million plays on Spotify. And just to rewind for a second, if you're not familiar with League of Legends, if you are, by the way, there's timestamps down below. You can skip ahead through this section. Still watch the rest of it because it's super important, but just want to put that out there. But if you don't know what League of Legends is or aren't super familiar with it, aren't super familiar with the tournaments and how they work, the MSI is short for the Mid-Season Invitational, and it's an international tournament where top teams from leagues around the world, because there's multiple League of Legends leagues around the world in different regions, teams from those regions that won go to this tournament and compete to see who's the best in the world at the moment. And as of filming this video, MSI 2021 is actually going on right now. So let me know in the comments down below, who do you want to see win MSI 2021? And just so you have a sense of how big this game is, of how big this esports scene is, for last year's Worlds, another major tournament that's international, there were 3.8 million viewers. And like I said earlier, the game as a whole has about 115 million monthly average viewers. That's gonna vary from month to month, but those are the latest numbers that I saw. So it's a pretty big scene with a large audience that's willing to buy a lot of things because there's in-game skins that cost quite a bit of money sometimes. So it's a pretty unique opportunity for sponsors to come in if they execute it properly. And this is where Spotify comes into the picture as a sponsor. So last year on August 24th, 2020, it was announced that Spotify will become the official audio platform of League of Legends. And there's a number of activations they've done, like playlists on the app and exclusive podcasts. We'll get into those in a second. But the main thing I want to discuss today is the League of Legends hub related to the MSI 2021. So if you actually go to Google and type in League of Legends MSI or something along those lines and go to the official League of Legends esports website, you'll actually see front and center a call to action that takes you away from the website, which seems kind of counterintuitive, but it takes you away from the website and over to the Spotify app to what's called the League of Legends hub. And as quoted directly from the copy within that hub, it's all the League of Legends action all in one place. So it gives fans and also potentially new viewers a location to consume a lot of League of Legends content, whether it's the official songs, whether it's the exclusive podcasts, kind of similar to how Joe Rogan is exclusive to Spotify and not on any other platforms. It's the same thing with these podcasts. There's 5 of them that are all exclusive to the Spotify platform for League of Legends. There's also playlists, so there's the general This is League of Legends playlist, and also in the context of MSI 2021, there's an official playlist where Riot Games had each team that was participating pick a specific anthem that went into that playlist along with some original music from Riot Games. And also within that playlist category, there are playlists depending on your playstyle. So this is assuming that people are going to be listening to music while they're playing, which many people do. There's playlists called Ruthless Warrior, Noble Do-Gooder, Creative Wild One, Strategic Visionary, Helpful Pacifist. So they're dependent, or they're tailored to the way that you play and kind of get you in that mood. I don't know how many people listen to them, but it's just a really cool touch, I think. And finally, within that hub, before we move on to like what makes this so smart, the last thing I saw in here was just general gaming playlists. So if you're on Spotify, you know that there's playlists sort of tailored for gamers to listen to while they're playing, kind of similar to the ones I just mentioned, but not specific to League of Legends. And they're not like exclusive to Riot Games. They're just general gaming playlists, and they added that in there as well as another touch. Now, real quick before we get into why this works so well, if you're enjoying this video, drop a like down below and hit that sub button. I'm posting new videos just like this on marketing and business in gaming and esports every single week. And now for why does this work so well? Why am I making a whole video on this? What's the point? And to understand that, we need to understand what Spotify gets out of this and what Riot Games gets out of this deal. So first of all, what does Spotify get out of this partnership? Well, like I said earlier, League of Legends has a massive audience of over 100 million monthly active users. And also they have a pretty large audience for their esport as well, with it being the most viewed esport in the world. So that audience is there, the volume is there. But additionally, I think there's another layer of nuance here. And if you think about it, a lot of gamers are gonna be a lot of the same people that listen to music, whether it's while you're playing in the background. I know I've personally listened to music in the background on Spotify plenty of times while I'm playing video games like Valorant, Call of Duty, although I don't know how good that is for your performance and skill in game, but I enjoy it. And I can imagine there are a lot of other gamers like that. I'm not using myself as like the N of 1 to extrapolate to the entire population, but it's pretty reasonable to assume that listening to music is a pretty popular activity among gamers and also just among the wider population. So it makes sense for Spotify to want to put themselves in front of an audience of millions upon millions of people. And they lure them in with those exclusive in-app activations because League of Legends fans are going to want to consume more highly produced official League of Legends content. So that totally makes sense. It's pretty straightforward. Where I think it gets a bit more interesting is, what does League of Legends get out of this? What does Riot Games get out of this deal? Because you're sending people over to Spotify, that's obviously helping Spotify. What do you get out of it? Well, the first thing, obviously, you get money from the sponsorship. I can imagine it's a pretty hefty amount. So that's the first and foremost primary benefit you're getting out of this. But there's also some other benefits from a marketing perspective that benefit the game outside of just the monetary value that they're getting from that sponsorship deal. And the first thing here is just increased exposure. There's the off chance that someone who hasn't seen League of Legends before, or has maybe seen it but hasn't really become a dedicated fan, comes across one of the songs, listens to it, it triggers them to be like, oh, hey, you know what? I haven't played League of Legends in a while, or hey, you know what? I'm interested in this game. I'm gonna go download it, check it out, see what it's about. I can imagine the conversion percentage there isn't insanely high, so I really don't think that that's the main benefit they're getting out of this, again, aside from the sponsorship money, which is very clearly the main benefit. But there is the potential for some increased exposure. And like I said earlier, their most popular song has almost 300 million plays. So I can imagine some of those plays are from new listeners or people who don't even know what League is. Another aspect here that benefits Riot Games and League of Legends is that this activation actually improves their customer experience. Even though it's not in-app, it's on the Spotify platform, not within their League of Legends app. But it still accomplishes this because if you're an avid League of Legends fan or an avid viewer of the esport, you're gonna wanna consume more content and more official, well-made, well-produced content. And that's exactly what League is providing on that Spotify League of Legends hub with the 5 exclusive podcasts and the songs and the playlists and the music videos and all this stuff. So they're giving their fans and their users more of what they want, and it entrenches them even deeper as lifelong fans of the game. And this doesn't necessarily have a direct monetary value of, hey, they converted this percentage and they made this amount of money. But if you're a lifelong fan of the game, when new skins drop, you're gonna buy them and you're gonna make more money for Riot Games. Another aspect here that I don't know if a lot of people realize, that it actually improves the accessibility and the ability for these fans to consume League of Legends content. Because like we just talked about a few seconds ago, they want to consume this content. Esports fans want to consume more content around the video game that they love. But a lot of times that content comes in the form of video on YouTube, on Twitch, with live streams, with VOD content. And that's great. And that absolutely does have a place. But you got to think, if you're at work, if you're in the car, if you're out and about, or if you just don't really feel like consuming video content, well, what are the options do you have? Of course, there are other individual creators that produce podcasts in League of Legends and also in other video games as well. Like for example, Call of Duty, there are great podcasts that are produced outside of the official Call of Duty League. But what League of Legends has done really well is, again, they have those official podcasts and that official music that you can listen to, whether you're in the car, whether you're at work. It doesn't matter what you're doing, you can always listen to League of Legends content if you want to. And it, again, improves the ability for consumption, and they're gonna consume more content, become bigger fans, become fans for life, and ultimately probably spend more money. But even if they don't, they're going to be evangelists for the game and tell their friends about it and share these things. Songs are also very easily shareable. So there's a lot of things here. And that's why I think this sponsorship, this activation works so well. So if you enjoyed this video, drop a like down below. And again, let me know, who do you want to win MSI 2021? And hit that subscribe button for new videos just like this every single Monday. And if you want to learn more about esports marketing, Lando Norris, F1 driver, is actually really good at marketing. And I have a video on the channel that got over 100,000 views, which is my best video yet. So if you want to check that out, I'll toss it up on the screen right now. Appreciate you tuning in, and I will go ahead and see you over there in that next video.